Let us now turn to the Quran and to Surah Jasad. I will not give you the number of the ayah, that's your homework. I just give you the name of the surah. And Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam is the ruler of the world. The holy state of Israel, based from Jerusalem, is the ruling state in the world. No one can rival it, not even the Queen of Sheba. All must submit to him. And then one day, Allah gave him what I recognize to be a vision. And he sees something with the internal eye. What does he see? You and I will immediately understand what happened because of the introduction I've already given you. But the world of Islamic scholarship, all those who have written the tafsir of the Quran, every single tafsir you can find, still will not recognize what this verse, what this passage of the Quran is saying. But you will easily understand it. This is our predicament today. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا سُلَيْمَانَ. Allah says, and we tested him. We gave to him something which caused some distress to him. What was it? وَأَلْقَيْنَا عَلَى كُرْسِيهِ جَسَدٍ. And we placed a Jasad on his throne. He is the king, he is the prophet, he is he who sits on the throne. But Allah puts someone else to sit on the throne. And that other person, Allah describes him as a Jasad. So who or what is a Jasad? Let the Quran answer that question. The Quran tells us that when Moses, Nabi Musa alayhi salam, when he went up to the mountain, Mount Sinai, Allah called him there, he left the Banu Israel in Sinai. And one of them, known as Samiri, told them, give me your gold. And he had a degree in engineering, metallurgy, so he melted the gold and he forged a golden cup. This man had a PhD in engineering. And he forged the golden cup so skillfully that when the wind blew, the calf would go moo. Lahu khuwar. And Allah described that golden calf as a jasad, a body without a soul. And now the same word is used for someone sitting on the throne. This can't be a calf, this has to be a human being. Only a human being would sit on a throne. So this is a human being, but he does not have the soul that human beings have. That's why he's described as a Jasad. When Sulaiman alayhi salam saw him sitting on the throne in a vision, he immediately understood what was the meaning. He was able to interpret the vision. We would take years to interpret the vision. Yes. Some of us never. But he, Sulaiman, in a twinkling of an eye, is able to understand the vision. And we are able to recognize his understanding, his interpretation of the vision in the response that he made. This is proper methodology for study. What was his response? He turned towards Allah for anab. And then he said to Allah, Qala Rabbik firli. He wants to ask something from Allah. And his method is, if he wants to ask for something, he first asks for forgiveness. Set an example for us. When we want to ask for something, first ask for forgiveness for sins that we have committed. All of us have committed sins. So, Qala Rabbik firli. He said, "Oh Allah, kindly forgive me." He's not speaking about any particular sin that he committed. No. He's speaking generally to forgive me my sins. وَهَبْ لِي مُلْكًا لَا يَنْبَغِي لِأَحَدٍ مِّن بَعْدِي. And grant that none can inherit my kingdom after me. You notice how slowly I'm speaking? So it will sink in. He recognized that that fella on the throne wants to inherit my kingdom. He recognized him as an evil being. And he does not want that evil being to ever inherit his kingdom. Who could that evil being be who wants to inherit his kingdom? And he is so opposed to it that he begs Allah that none should ever inherit my kingdom. Meaning, when I die, I want my kingdom to be finished, so none can inherit it. You and I would easily recognize that that Jasad is Dajjal. So then why is it that while we can recognize so easily that Jasad is Dajjal, how come that the world of Islamic scholarship, there's no one else who does that? Mine is still a solitary voice, and they're not willing to accept my views, when it is so plain and clear. If he wants to inherit my kingdom, and he is an evil being, Allah created an evil being, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. What comes after? Min sharri ma khalaq. I seek refuge with Allah from evil which He has created. What is the evil that Allah has created? Only Dajjal. That's the only evil being He has created. So, He does not want that evil being to inherit the kingdom. So he makes this dua, grant me a kingdom which none can inherit after me. But it also has a second meaning, that grant that there will never be another kingdom that will ever be comparable to mine. Two meanings. From this passage of the Quran, we know this is the first reference in the Quran to Dajjal. First reference. There are others as well. But Dajjal is never mentioned by name. You have to have insight. You have to be able to interpret ayat mutashabihat, verses of the Quran which must be interpreted to be able to recognize the verses in the Quran which pertain to Dajjal.